Here we go, guys, to Jupiter and beyond. Wow, that guy just clipped my handguard. All right, Twain Harte, California. Big Dudes Ride 2025. Headed out of Deer Creek. Went out past Jupiter. And our old buddy Clark and Sean and Peter brought us on a ride that was spectacular. This was our first day's ride that we did with them. This Deer Creek area is just awesome. They called this their winter riding area. And I didn't really understand the difference between the winter and the summer riding area. But that's okay because it was, as you can see, spectacular. We rode on the Meth Trail. We rode on the Unknowns Trail. We rode on a trail with a very derogatory name. And we did this crazy hill climb that just blew my mind. This was, I called this the Hellevator. This thing just went straight up. I was watching the guys as they dropped into this. They came down the hill and then went up the other side. And I was watching their bikes go up so quickly, I couldn't even fathom it. And when I got in there, I was like, oh man, there was that mud puddle in the bottom. Look at this. This dude's just ripping on a 350 right there. That's Court. And I don't know how they cut this trail in. I don't even know how they walked up it to ribbon it off. And look at, here's our buddy Trigger. He's on a 125. This is, they couldn't get the bike up, and he'd left his helmet at the top, which I thought was pretty funny. Here comes Sean.
Yeah.
This dude's a tractor. That's one of the local guys there. And man, he just came up first and just ripped it. Here goes Trigger again. Yeah, this ride was spectacular. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Come on, Trigger. Like that.
Okay, no.
We got him going. The way he went, we got everybody up the hill, so that was good. This was, you know, the GoPro never shows you how steep it is, but this.
That was fucking awesome. Oh, you made peanut butter and jelly. Nice.
Okay, the great unknowns. Let's go.
Let's go.
Look at that motley crew. There we go. There go all the boys. I'm gonna do this like romper room. I saw Clark and Peter and Sean and Court and Trigger and Curry and Byron and Steve. And that's me, Stanley King, on my KTM 300XC. Man, I was just like, I was amazed because we hang out with Clark and his crew at least once a year. And they know we're coming. We come in from Vegas, Salt Lake, Guatemala, all over the place. And we love to ride. They know it. And they love to ride. And we invite them down to Vegas. But honestly, we get up to Twain Harte more. And the thing that I recognize this year, I noticed it in past years, but this dude, Clark, and Peter, these guys, and it may have been Sean, they ribboned off a 50-mile loop. And they didn't just do it for this day, they also did it for the second day. So they ribboned off 100 miles of trail. Check this out. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was a bear. It was actually a burn scar. But yeah, Clark brought us out in this new area he just ribboned in. This is called the Unknowns. They must have been doing some heavy-duty mining out here back in the day, because look at that clay. Like none of the hills seem to be in the right spot. But that was cool. It like lent itself perfect for brand new single track. And I could tell Clark was super excited to show it to us.
It's like a miniature golf course.
Look at that. I called that right there the miniature golf course. That's what it felt like. We were just kind of going left and right through the tire and the windmill and the whole deal.
We're here at Clark's
Here's Clark's garden. He like, I couldn't figure out this part. I think Clark's still working on this, but we were burning it in for him. We had a bunch of dudes out here. Oh, there's also Chris and this dude Jimmy. Jimmy fell down on the road. probably 10 miles into the ride.
Hey now.
There goes Steve.
You all right?
That Manzanita, that is just solid. I couldn't even believe it when it threw him down. But yeah, old Jimmy, he slid out on the road to Jupiter. I guess he broke his ankle or something, so he had to go back to the truck. But we had a little bit of attrition on this ride. We had one bike, the fuel injector conked out. That was one of our guides, Peter, and we had that dude break his ankle, and another guy got a flat tire. So, but as you could imagine, stuff happens out here. This is pretty rugged riding ground. But this is out of Deer Creek, California, and it's near Twain Harte. Just a really nice riding area. Beautiful trails, beautiful forest, well maintained. I just, it's, I don't know if I want to call this one heaven on earth, because day 2 I called heaven on earth. So we'll call this pre-heaven on earth. But I mean, look at that, the mist. It was like it rained, the ground was wet. It was all chocolate cakey, and just, it was like you would put you'd roll on the gas and your front tire would just lift off the ground because it was like Velcro. And going through the green grass in a California spring.
What do you guys think? You like it? Good?
Look at that crew. Isn't that cool? It's so awesome when you can get that many dudes together on a dirt bike ride. So we all stayed in Twain Harte at King's Acres. It's an Airbnb. It's actually my family's property. And we have it up on Airbnb now, and everybody enjoyed it. We've actually got 5 miles of private single track on the back 40 acres, which we also rode that for 2 days, which is super fun. But these guys, man, Clark, he went through with Peter and Sean. They actually cleared these trails because stuff falls down all the time. They marked all the trails. And I know they had ridden it once or twice before we came because, I mean, they knew every single corner, everywhere we were going to go. And the other thing, too, is I know you probably just saw that, but, man, the wildflowers were out everywhere. That was so cool to see that. I mean, it's just perfect late April ride. We'd come last year as well, 2024, and it was weird. It was kind of like the same weather at the exact same time of year. So I don't know if that's like a farmer's almanac kind of thing, but look at all these trees that they had to cut out of the way. These guys came out here with a chainsaw and just cut it all, got it all dialed in. Yeah, and this is the Meth Trail here, and I thought, that's interesting they would name it the Meth Trail, because I don't think if you rode a dirt bike, you'd ever need to smoke meth, but I guess they saw some dude out here who was all methed out. So that made pretty good sense on why they named it that. But a lot of this is, the trails that they rolled in, I mean, it's through fields and forest, and then you look at a trail like this and you realize this is an old mining trail. This is like from 150 years ago, and it's just stuff has fallen all over it, grown all around it, but the way it's grown in, it just lends itself to a perfect single track. Just unbelievable, just gorgeous. But we had a bunch of 2-strokes out there, some Yamaha 2-strokes. We had a lot of KTMs on the ride as normal, a couple betas. But I mean, look at this. This is out by Jupiter, and when I was a kid growing up in this area, and I heard Jupiter, I just knew you don't go there. Because this is one of those places, unless you know where you're going, you don't go. The locals, let's just say, are very protective of their Second Amendment rights and their freedoms, and I respect that. I would never go on their property without announcing myself well in advance. This is so far off the beaten path, man, but look at this beaten path right here. I love this single track. It's gorgeous. Except hitting a route like that that just about took me down there. That was tough. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for watching another Stanley King video. This is a Stanley King production. So, yeah, we're up to 16,000 subscribers on the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Great to have you along for the ride. We're a bunch of 40, 50, 60-year-old guys. The guy who led us on the ride, he's super fast. The guy's actually 68, 69 years old, which I still don't believe on how fast he rides. He's just an incredible specimen. It's amazing. But if you're a returning subscriber, you know it's always good to have you here. I love it. I love watching your videos, and I'm really glad you enjoy mine. Yeah, just another great ride. So, you know, back to Vegas, back to the desert next week. Do a desert ride, and then it's summertime, and then it's back off to Guatemala. I got my Beta 300 down there, and I'll hang with the crew. It's now the rainy season in Guatemala, so we'll be back riding in the jungle. All right, well, I hope you're enjoying the Meth Trail. I figure I'd wrap this video up with this one. This was just a gorgeous trail. Every trail, the whole day was gorgeous. I can't say enough about it. So once again, Clark, Peter, Sean, thank you so much for bringing us out. Thank you for marking these trails and clearing them. And man, you're going to have to, I don't know how you're going to step up your game after this one. This is first-class single track right here. All right, guys, well, we'll see you out on the trail, and take it easy.